Hey, Kentucky, welcome back. Time to talk a few more topics. First up, the state's nonprofit groups are taking a big hit during this COVID-19 era. In a recent survey, half of the organizations participating said they only have around 3 months of cash reserves on hand to stay afloat. Keith, this is tough because in these uncertain times, you probably don't want to donate to those places, but they need our help maybe more than ever.
And not only that, they're usually the ones that are doing all the helping.
Yes.
And so after this is all over with, we're going to need them. And yeah, this is a tough time to, like you said, you don't think about it at this time to give, but if you can, please do.
Yes. The Girl Scouts of Kentucky are also taking a hit during a time when they can't go door to door to sell cookies. So the organization is asking businesses to support its Kentucky cookie entrepreneurs by purchasing as many cases as they can, with a minimum of 5 cases for $250. Keith, are you in? I will split a case with you.
$250.
I'll split a case.
I might just want one case myself.
Will you?
Okay.
I thought, like, seriously, Girl Scouts, reach out to me. I'll buy a case.
We'll split.
Whoever it is, we'll split it.
Yeah.
All right. Leaders in one Kentucky city are digging deep to help their local businesses survive. The Elizabethtown City Council has approved an ordinance to amend its budget and set aside $1 million from its general fund to build an economic stimulus recovery package. Keith, I think this is awesome.
I think it's thinking far in advance for a city, and maybe some others in Kentucky can learn from this. Obviously, E-Town being one of the bigger ones in the state, so I think that's a great thought, and it only helps them down the line.
Yes, and I mean, doesn't it make you want to be, if you're going to start a business at some point, think E-Town may be a good place to go?
Exactly. Yes.
All right. Well, if and when the NBA finds a way to not cancel the current season, the best basketball product in the world could be heading to Louisville. The New York Post says the league has held internal talks that involve the Derby City hosting the entirety of the NBA playoffs. Keith, what do you make of a neutral site NBA playoff?
That would be fun, I think. That would be different to see. It'd be more like the college game and going neutral as you can, you know, besides Duke always going to Greensboro. But I think it would be fun to see teams come in there and play, even if it's without fans, to see it at a neutral site and see how they do.
Do you think it may be a way for them to evaluate Louisville as a NBA city?
I think so, especially if they are allowing fans in.
Yeah. All right. The Kentucky High School Athletic Association issued an online update yesterday on spring sports, but the biggest news is that the Sweet 16 tournaments are still suspended and not canceled yet. Keith, wouldn't this be a great thing in the summer if we could have this?
I've seen opposing views on this, and I kind of get both of them. One of them says, you know what, let's just call it and don't worry about it because we're getting people's hopes up. At the same time, we're all just starving for some sort of sports to happen, and this is one of the biggest events that takes place in Kentucky in the Sweet 16s. So to keep it as a possibility, I think is good. These ladies would love to have the chance to finish this tournament.
And maybe it keeps them working out and playing basketball during this time. All right. While the rest of the sports world has come to a screeching halt, one major event is moving forward as scheduled. Officials with the London Showcase say the event featuring UK versus Michigan is still expected to be played at the O2 Arena in December. Keith, I still don't know. I mean,
we heard Coach Calipari say we've probably got until June to decide this. So for now, everybody can say, yeah, it's on, we're doing it, but once June gets here, somebody's going to have to make a decision, and it might be one of the schools saying we're out.
Because it's just like, how many fans are going to make that trip? That would be tough. All right. Well, just days after putting his name in the NCAA transfer, outgoing Kentucky guard Johnny Zhang has cut his list down to 6 schools: Arizona, Notre Dame, Oregon, Texas Tech, UCLA, and Villanova. Keith, because he wanted to go back, but when you see Villanova and Notre Dame in there.
Makes no sense at all to have those two in there. I know his grandfather came down from Virginia Beach, so maybe that's why, I don't know how close, Philadelphia and Virginia Beach are not that close, but maybe grandfather can get there a little easier. I think he ends up maybe over at Arizona or Oregon. Can we lose 2 straight players to Arizona? Jamal Baker?
That's right.
Ugh.
I forgot about him already. Oh. Because this month has felt like 3 years. All right. Thank you. The wrap-up is next as Hey Kentucky continues.